My name is Daniel Bricklin, and I've been blowing the shofar since I was a child. I used to blow it at junior congregation services at Germantown Jewish Center when I was a kid. My father did it, and my father, basically taught me to do it. I have a picture that we took, after, I don't know how many years after doing it, we went up on the bima at Germantown Jewish Center, and this is, you can see my father with the shofar that they had, which was this gorgeous, had a tone that was like a unbelievable tone. And there's me with the one that I had when I was young. So I've been blowing since then. In junior congregation, the whole thing was how long can you hold a note? I went 45 seconds once or something. But I eventually realized that wasn't the thing, because people start talking, and that just sort of breaks the kavanah. But the story of why my father blew shofar is interesting. One year in, I think, the early 1950s at the Germantown Jewish Center, the cantor who blew shofar got sick, and they were desperate. They needed somebody to blow the shofar. So they said, hey, Baruch, it's my father's name is Baruch, you played tuba and trombone or something like that. Maybe you can blow it. So he blew it. And then he blew it like every year thereafter for decades and decades, until he physically wasn't able to, and even past that, I think. So that's how my father got into it, and then it seemed like the logical thing. But one of the things I learned from my father was to practice. He was a real stickler. He didn't want to miss a single note, and he practiced for a month before, and it was a nervous wreck, but he would practice for a month before he did it. And I learned to do that, and I do that. I practice before blowing at Emanuel, practice for, I don't know, week, 2 weeks, 3, something like that, depending. This is the shofar that I blow at Emanuel. Now, it's one of two that I have. I've gotten them from my family. This is not the one I blew as a child. Vaguely, I'm looking at it, and it looks like one that may have been my grandfather on my mother's side, or something that was more ornamental, because I remember it being in a stand of some sort. But one thing about it is it's very easy to blow, and I like that. It makes, by comparison, the one that my father had, I could almost never get a good tone out of that, even though he was able to get this gorgeous tone that sounded like a French horn or something. And so different ones are easier to blow and some are harder, and since this one is relatively easy, I use it. I mean, for me, it's being able to still blow it for the congregation is something that means I'm keeping my tradition going, something that tradition within my life and tradition within my family. So that's important. The other is it's a way I can participate in my own way to help the morning minyan at Emanuel. So I get to participate for Emanuel that way. I remember one of the hardest times I ever blew was at the Newton Center Minyan. Now I'm a member of Ma'or at Temple Emanuel, and I got the job of blowing on Yom Kippur. So you only get one try, and you have to hit that note perfectly, and it has to be long and all that. And one of the members of the minyan who was sitting in the back played French horn for the Boston Symphony Orchestra. So, and he frequently blew shofar there. So it was very intimidating, but I hit the note. And so that was a special time. So I've been doing this my whole life, and it's just part of, to be able to continue it, that Emanuel gives me the opportunity to continue this tradition for me and my family is very special for me, and I really appreciate it.